Hello Sagittarius, this is Victoria and I'm here with your November. I keep thinking for some reason, what month is it? What month is it? It's the sweet November. So we are going to be doing your November tarot forecast, and as always this means that we're going to be looking at your love life, your career and workspace, and we'll get you guidance from the universe on how to best utilize the energies of the months of November. At the end, I'll post some messages from your person of interest to yourself. So without further ado, let's get started. We'll start with a quick oracle message before we switch to tarot. Hope you guys are doing great. Rock bottom. Are you doing great? But you know what's interesting about this is that a lot of times people think of rock bottom as of like, I don't even know, like some kind of a rock bottom of addiction or I don't know, family breaking up, maybe going bankrupt, something like that. But it doesn't have to be. It can be, it doesn't have to look like that. That's what I mean, right? It can be maybe you've been letting other people take advantage of you, and you're at the point where you can't even get to anything that you want to do, that you're passionate about, because you're always serving someone else. And it's like, okay, I can't do this anymore, right? The rock bottom is a spot where you're deciding like, this is unacceptable. I'm not doing this. This is like 10 of Wands card in tarot. So whatever it is that you've decided that you want to change things up, congratulations. It's a very important realization. Could have been something that you've been looking at or kind of like winking at in the months of October. Now you're ready to actually do something about it. Alrighty, let's see. And you know, another thing that they say about the rock bottom, there's only one way from here. It's up, right? It can only get better from here. I also actually remember every time that I see this now, I remember that when I was in Hawaii, in the Big Island, they actually have a rock bottom road. I'm not joking, seriously. And it's kind of like a small street. It's residential. It's very narrow. Kind of goes into the farms. And we actually, the reason I know about it is because this was on our way to the macadamia nut farm, where we were buying macadamia nuts. And it's like, yeah, rock bottom road, you say? There are lots of pomelos there as well, like farms with pomelo trees and fruit. And yeah, it was like, wow, somebody had a good sense of humor, maybe not as much, I don't know. So for your love life, oh, by the way, don't forget to like the video, and if you're new, welcome. There's info in the description box about my services and content, and of course subscribe. I am going to be posting a separate reading for the full moon in Taurus that we're fast approaching as I'm recording this. And of course I do other readings throughout the month. I do twin flame reads, I do reads for other big events. I will do one for 11/11 portal for sure, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss any of that. So for your love life and personal space, you have Queen of Cups. Be dealing with a water sign. You have 7 of Cups and 5 of Wands. Interesting. Now for your career space, you have 8 of Pentacles. Very on the nose. 4 of Cups and the Emperor. Could be dealing with an Aries. And finally, wow, the advice, the Sun, the happiest card in the deck. This is Leo energy. 2 of Cups. Lovely. 10 of Cups. Oh my God. Saggy. I mean, what is happening? It's like there's this huge love that's coming in for you, or you know, that you're discovering. It doesn't even have to be anyone new, right? But it's like this new realization of why this is my person, or why I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. Or even if it's not romantic, it can be like, this is what a real friend is, right? Some kind of a big realization that makes you very, very happy. Look at that, talking about realizations, Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck, some kind of truth coming into your life. And that makes you happy. Isn't it funny? Sometimes I notice it in my own life that not always the joy and happiness come from something like happening, like, you know, the events, the achievements, whatever it is usually that people associate with it, right? But a lot of times it comes from reframing the existing situation, or just like seeing it from a different angle, right? Or you realize something, you get an insight, and you're like, wow, now I have all this new capacity for love, for gratitude, for grace in my life, right? And that changes everything. So something like that is happening here, which is great, especially after the rock bottom. So let's get back to that personal space. Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups, Five of Wands. It's very important for you to be in the space where you're showing grace and compassion to yourself. And then it's going to be a lot easier to show it to others, so you don't keep building resentment towards their quirks, their vices. And I'm not saying just like you're supposed to be fine with any bad stuff that's going on, right? But we understand that nobody's perfect, and we all have our strengths and weaknesses, right? And it's important to find ways, if you've decided that, you know, you're committing to this person, that you want to be together, to see how you can make it work. Not just pretend like it's working for you, because it's gonna blow up one day, right? But actually see how it may work, right? How it's not a deal breaker. And a lot of it, I mean, it's a kind of a separate conversation. A lot of it has to do with regulating your nervous system. And I'm saying it completely out of personal experience, because I was one of those people, right? But another side of it is, sorry guys, just got something in my eye. Another side of it is if you're not tolerant to yourself with some, you know, maybe perceived negative stuff, whether it's your habits or your looks or whatever reactions, you will never be able to tolerate something similar, something that's emotionally charged that way in somebody else. And you may want to kind of keep it to yourself, at least for a while, and thinking that either it will disappear, or, you know, it's fine, or maybe it's a little embarrassing to admit, right? But it doesn't go anywhere, right? It just builds up until it blows up. So it's important to alchemize it, right? To transmute it. And investing into regulating your nervous system is actually something that will help you to, at a certain point, to not even go there, to not even have the trigger. It will serve you well on many levels. Yeah, somebody needed to hear that. And try to approach any of the triggering situations this month with a can-do attitude, like, what can I build from this? So what can I learn from this, right? Or what is it teaching me about me, right? How do I learn about myself through these experiences, even if they seem adversarial, even if they seem like you're being pushed into the corner or something like that, right? And remember that positive and negative is our perception inside. All the events in our life are neutral, right? It's about how we perceive them, which means that you can also change that perspective if you want to, from the automatic one that your psyche assigns. For your career space, you have Eight of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and the Emperor. Yeah, so putting in the work is big time being rewarded this month. And whether it's because it means that you're being sent this person who's very much, they know who they are, they know what they want in life, and they know how to get it, right? So this could be somebody who is going to be helping you, either through mentoring, or maybe it could even be an influencer on Instagram that you're following, but you're like, wow, this person is doing exactly what I want to do. And they actually, through their story, they're showing me how it can be done. It's possible, right? And that's inspirational. That drives you forward and gets you to put in work and take action. For others, you will be embracing this role. Well, you'll take on more of a leadership role, more of a being in charge, right? Whether it's temporary or permanently, you're stepping into this role. But this essentially takes you out of the stale energy you've been in before. Maybe partly because of whichever events got you into the rock bottom, right? And you're like, I don't even know whether it's worth the effort. Like, why am I busting my butt if I'm, it's not gonna pan out? This immediately pushes you out of that energy and into like, wow, there's so much that I can actually do. And I don't even need to think about the result right now, right? It's about charging in with this kind of attitude, with this kind of like, this is my spot. I deserve to be here. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I can only move upwards from here, right? You're declaring that space, that place. You're right. You're claiming your position, right? Without necessarily knowing when or how exactly it's going to manifest, but you are taking action from that energy, and from that mindset. And look what comes out to you as a result. And like I said, it doesn't have to be romantic, actually. Maybe you'll find a business partner who you realize is so much on the same page with you that this will last, if not forever, then for a very long time. There's something long-lasting and committed here, where there's so much synchronicity between you two. There's so much synergy, right? It could be romantic, of course. And I love that there are two people in all of these cards. There's definitely a beautiful union that's coming in for you, beautiful partnership, whether it's romantic or it's a friendship or it's a business partnership, right? But it's gonna blossom, it's gonna change your life completely, seriously. But more than anything, like I was saying at the beginning, it's important to foster that compassion, patience, if you wish, kindness within yourself, towards yourself, first and foremost, and then you will attract all this beauty and this special person, right? Then you'll be able to truly appreciate what they have to give and to see the beauty in them, and that will be magnetizing both ways. I love it. I love it. So much happiness here. I can almost feel it in my body. Okay, last but not least, let's get some messages for Sagittarius from their person of interest. Okay, got the cards, we'll take them. They actually fell out upside down, so I'm gonna take them this way. 6 of Wands, the Fool, and 2 of Pentacles. Oh wow. Yeah, it's a little bit reminiscent of what I was looking at with Scorpio just now, but I feel like you may be holding yourself back from greatness. And your person kind of like, at least in this energy, they are afraid to just take a leap of faith, to just jump into this, right? They almost can feel your energy of being overly cautious and careful and trying to calculate your steps. And they're in the energy where they want to trust and they want to dive head on, trusting completely, but they're being careful with it. So they're stopping themselves from doing it. So for you, if you're feeling like there is lack of commitment or response or dedication, like that's why, because you are not committed somewhere. And it doesn't even have to be towards them. It can be within your own right, what you are doing, right? If you're like halfway there, half in, half out, then that's the energy that your person is showing up for you. So just be mindful of that there is all this desire to go full in and, to do it all with you and to be successful as a couple in public. And it's not for appearances, but it's like, I want to show off my person, which is you, Sagittarius. I want to show Saggy to everybody else. I want to tell them how proud I am and how lucky I feel to be with a Saggy, right? But right now there's something that's stopping them, and it could be that stopping part on your side, where you may feel like you're not quite ready, or this may not be it, or something, and which could come, of course, from rock bottom energy. But that's the beauty of it, by the way. If you're thinking, but I'm in this rock bottom spot, so it's easier said than done to just like pretend like it didn't happen. Don't pretend, but rise up from it and know that this was just a cycle. This is not a verdict. This doesn't mean that you don't deserve whatever you have in mind. You just kind of like leave it there, even if you're not ready to take all the lessons in, by the way. Don't sweat it, don't think about it, don't overthink it. Just leave it there for now. Get yourself into a grounded and balanced space and start asking those questions on what is it that you want to create, what is important right now, what do you want, right? And work from there in a kind and compassionate way. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel, and until next time,